Hey everyone, it's Most back online. So in this video today, I figured I'd lay out my reasonings as to why I've quit my membership with UKIP and switched over to Advance, talking specifically more about UKIP. What's wrong with UKIP? Are there any red flags that I've noticed? I'm going to spill all the beans in today's video, but first things first, I don't mean to bash anyone who's part of the UKIP team. I'm not going to insult anyone who's currently supporting UKIP. If you're going to be voting for UKIP in the next general election and you're a current supporter and you're going to get behind them no matter what, give me a shout in the comment section, because as far as I'm concerned, whether you're an Advance or UKIP supporter, you're on my side. I completely understand your reasonings behind getting behind UKIP. Get behind UKIP all you want. Just don't get behind Reform. Otherwise, I'll kick you off my channel. No, I'm joking. But you get my point. You get what I mean. Here's my personal viewpoint. I'm just offering constructive criticism. I've laid out a list of bullet points on the sheet of paper just to keep things organised. And to kick things off, I'm going to be talking about the mass deportations rallies. Now, this deserves a video separately on its own, because there's a lot of points that I have to cover, and I don't have enough time to cover in today's video. But just very briefly, the demos that UKIP have been holding. I find the ones that I've been to and the ones that I've seen on YouTube, they lack organisation. They're very disorganised. The turnout was poor. The marketing wasn't great. There's a lack of structure. There's just a general lack of sequencing. Everyone who was a UKIP supporter at that meeting point, we were all dilly-dallying around the area. We didn't know what to do. We don't know what to expect. We didn't even know what was the whole point of the rally. Well, obviously, it's calling for mass deportations, but nobody really know what was going on. There just wasn't this kind of sequenced, structured, coherent organization to it. But anyways, and if in the next few days, I'll release a separate video talking about that in more detail. Going on to Nick Tinconi. So I believe he's a great man. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Nick. He has all the right qualities to exercise activism, to galvanize the people together, to speak for the working class. He's a patriot. He's a Christian. He can speak so eloquently and deliver a powerful speech in front of a large crowd of people, and he's very good at it. But I see him, with all of his good qualities, as a street activist. He's a protester. He's a leader of a protest, of an activist team. He's not a politician. I don't see him as being an MP. He's not Prime Minister material. I just can't imagine someone like Nick, who yells into a microphone, telling people who are part of the far left mob, those refugees are welcome clowns, that they will be deported to North Korea just like the illegal immigrants. He's not going to be our next Prime Minister. I don't think the majority of the British public are ready for someone who has such an intensity of character like Nick Tinconi. And we'll talk about his character later on. I think that UKIP is looking more like a one-man band. And if you haven't noticed, I've mentioned this before, everything that UKIP is holding, everything that UKIP is involved in, it's always Nick Tinconi that's involved in it. Every Facebook post, every X post, every short, every promotional video, these demonstrations, it's always Nick Tinconi. And Nick Tinconi has been poking his nose into multiple demonstrations. He's poked his nose into the national strikes, the United Kingdom rallies, Tommy Robinson rallies, the For the Children demonstrations, these UKIP demonstrations. It's always Nick Tinconi. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He just walks into these demonstrations with his black trench coat, his black tie, like he's Thomas Shelby. But even you have to realise that Thomas Shelby, even a man like Thomas Shelby, surrounds himself with a team. Why doesn't Nick Tinconi have a team? He needs to have a structured, organised team of individuals who are just as capable and competent as Nick is. They have to have the right determination, the right conviction, and the right courage in the same way that Nick has, in order to lead these demonstrations and all of these promotional videos and everything. You can't rest all of the responsibilities on one man's shoulder. And the way that it's being operated, that UKIP is currently operating, it just makes me think, is it just you, Nick? Do you actually have other individuals who are part of your team, who are involved in the project together, working towards the same goal? It's just everything that just trickles down from Nick Tinconi. Imagine he was going through chronic sickness for months on end. Do you think that UKIP would be operating on the same level? It wouldn't, would it? Because everything just revolves around Nick Tinconi. That's the way I'm seeing it. That's just my impression of it. That's a major red flag. There's also major red flags in Nick Tinconi's attitude as well. I've seen him in more than one occasion, in multiple instances. He's in that Bristol demo, most notably. I saw him confront that crowd. He charged up to the far left mob, trying to confront them head on, yelling, "Do you want some?" as if you wanted to pick a fight with them. Is that the kind of attitude and behaviour you expect from a politician? I don't think so. That puts you in a very volatile position. That puts you in danger if you're going to be the next Prime Minister or MP or whatever. If you're going to sit in the House of Parliament, I don't expect you to do that. I don't expect that kind of behaviour. I've seen him do that on multiple occasions, and it's not right. In one video, I saw Nick mock the pledge. If you don't know what the pledge is, I'll post it up on the screen for you to see, for you to check out, and there's a website for it as well. The pledge was a project that Richard Inman and a few of his friends were working on. They worked very hard on it, and for Nick Tinconi to mock the pledge and bury it down in the dirt, he was saying something like, "The pledge, look where that idea's gone down," and that kind of mocking from Nick Tinconi, I think it's quite unprofessional, especially when Richard Inman was part of the NEC team. He was a member of UKIP, and for you to kind of put him down like that for such a brilliant idea and not to take it up as part of UKIP's kind of project, I think that's a massive letdown for me as a UKIP member when I was part of UKIP. And also his approach with Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe. He said that he invited them over to encourage them to be part of UKIP, but the way that he was doing it, I kind of get why Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe were kind of put off by Nick Tinconi, because he has such an, as I said, he has such an intensity to his character. He's not everyone's cup of tea, and he was doing it as if he wanted Ben and Rupert to join UKIP and to work for Nick Tinconi, but on his terms. That's not the right way to do things. That's not diplomatic. That's not the right way to unite people around the same cause. That's not the kind of behaviour I see that I expect from a man who wants to unite this country and to unite people around a single unified movement under the same under a united banner. And the way that Nick Tinconi has approached this whole situation, it's not the right way to unite people. I think that UKIP has a very kind of tarnished reputation. I'm sure you can agree. You must admit that UKIP has a checkered past. It has a very tarnished history. It has that whole kind of Nigel Farage thing, you know, everything Nigel Farage touches, it turns rancid, and this applies to UKIP as well. It was known as the party that kind of got Brexit through. It got onto a kind of exponential rise, and then it failed abysmally. It went way down, and UKIP, I think the majority of the British public know that UKIP was a failed party at this point. And what Nick Tinconi should have done when he entered as interim leader he should have given UKIP just a complete clean slate. He should have brushed it with completely new paint, a new logo, new name, new colours, new branding, everything. Just completely revitalised the party. Those purple and yellow colours, they don't instill confidence in me. They don't stimulate patriotism. Purple and yellow, I'm sorry, these are not the right patriotic colours for a patriotic party. And in fact, the name, the UK Independence Party, it's not really commensurate with the mission statement. It's not really commensurate with the 6 policies that are outlined on UKIP's website of mass deportations and reinstating Christianity. Get rid of the name. Get rid of the logo. Get rid of that pound sign. Get rid of the purple and yellow colours. Completely revitalise it and give it a complete rebranding. It needs to be a new party in order to attract a new crowd. In fact, what Ben Habib has put in his mission statement is more in line with UKIP's name. Ben Habib wants the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland to be a sovereign nation state, free from the shackles of the European Union. That's what the UKIP Independence Party was all about. So they need a new name. UKIP is old news. It's an old party, it has an old name. It needs to be completely refreshed. I think at this point, I agree with Richard Inman. I think that Nick Tinconi and the UKIP team, they should dissolve their party and just completely go over to Advance. Just join Advance, because you have the right capabilities, you have the right characteristics, and the ability to speak so eloquently and deliver such powerful speeches. So Nick Tinconi should join Advance. I think that Ben Habib, I think he has the right gentlemanly qualities. The way that Ben and Rupert Lowe, the way that they dissect arguments and kind of go up against people who vehemently disagree and oppose their views in such a diplomatic manner, I think these are the type of qualities that Nick Tinconi lacks. Once he joins Advance, he can come under the mentorship of people who are associated with Ben Habib and are in the higher echelons of the leadership team in Advance that can teach Nick a lesson or two. I just think that Nick Tinconi, he, as good of a man he is, and as much respect I'll have for him, I think he's a diamond in the rough. That's all I'm saying. He's a diamond in the rough. He can definitely improve in a lot of the qualities that I've been talking about. So those are all of the points that I've mentioned. Be sure to mention anything that I've missed out in the comment section below. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, I sent an email to UKIP telling them I wanted to cancel my membership 10 days ago. They replied to my email to confirm my cancellation, and I was expecting them to provide me a survey or a questionnaire to ask me what motivated me to quit UKIP, and is there anything that the leadership team can take on board in order to make significant improvements in the UKIP party. But I didn't get that survey, I didn't get that questionnaire, and I was expecting that from a UKIP that actually values its members. If you truly value your core member base, like Nick Tinconi does, surely you'd provide me a questionnaire. Surely you want my feedback as to why, as a valued member, I quit UKIP. I didn't see this party going anywhere. So I'm just not convinced that people who work for UKIP, they have the same convictions and determination to save this country as Nick Tinconi does. So yeah, I'm quite unimpressed on that point. But anyways, leave me comments down below. Are you a current member of UKIP, or have you switched over to Advance? Leave your comments down below. Be sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions. This is Guardian Mode clocking out. This was my personal viewpoint. I hope you take my opinions on board and make your decisions. Let's see what goes with UKIP as time progresses. So that's it for now. Guardian Mode clocking out. God bless you all. I'll see you in the next video talking about those mass deportations rallies in more detail. See you guys. Peace out.